Okay, there it goes.
Hey, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
I'm also here. It's Zane.
And today we're going to be starting Atlanta Nights. Oh, this is what are we reading?
Yes. And
we're going to be starting
what
Atlanta
are we reading?
Nights.
We'll be, starting Atlanta Nights. Llytic, you want to go ahead and give a little...
Yeah, I'm doing backstory.
Okay.
Basically, if you don't know what this was a response to two articles critiquing sci-fi and fantasy writers, saying that it was basically just a hackneyed genre, as well as a situation in which Publish America was claiming to not be a vanity press, despite letting through what was it, like 70 books a day at the time. Yeah. Well, such as claiming to filter out the majority of the 70 manuscripts they receive each day.
Yeah, that sounds pretty vain to me.
But basically, like, the whole thing with Publish America is that they would publish anything. And so, like, you pay them money, they publish your piece of shit book written by some neckbeard fuck.
Oh, so that's how 50 Shades of Grey got published.
I'm pretty sure that's not the person she used.
Yeah.
But basically what happened is this one dude, James D. McDonald, and a team of other sci-fi and fantasy writers got together and put together one of the most ridiculous things ever under the pseudonym Travis T. And if you don't get the pun there...
I just got that. Oh my gosh.
Nice meme.
And the result is absolutely ridiculous, with various what the shit things due to the fact that basically what happened is each of the authors were given the outline for a chapter and told to write that. The chapters were then put in out of order.
What? Out of order?
That sounds like a very interesting thought experiment.
No one knew where their no one knew in the story where in the story their chapter would be. So basically, you have a lot of people reiterating character designs. There's one chapter that is actually written by a random text generator.
Oh my gosh.
Two of the chapters are the same chapter outline written by two different authors.
Oh, okay.
And apparently one of the chapters straight up repeats.
Oh no.
Like it pops up twice.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, needless to say, this is going to be batshit insane.
Probably not as insane as 30H's, but probably close.
Yes, but
it'll be hectic, that's for sure.
I'll start us off. Chapter 1. Pain.
Your audio cut out. Is it my line now?
Pain.
There we go. Whispering voices.
Pain.
Pain. Pain. Pain.
Need pee. New pain. What are they sticking in me?
Possibly a catheter.
Sleep.
Pain.
Whispering voices.
As you know, Nurse Eastman, the government spooks controlling this hospital will not permit me to give this patient the care I think he needs.
Yes, doctor. The voice was breathy, sweet, so sweet, and sexy.
I think he was... Okay. Where? Oh, there we are. Sorry, lost my place for a sec. We will therefore just monitor his signs. Serious trauma like this patient suffered requires extra care, but the rich patsies controlling the hospital will make certain I cannot try any of my new treatments on him.
Yes, doctor. That voice is so sexy!
Oh god, he turned into one of those shit-tier anime protagonists. Oh my god, that is so sexy! It's just cleavage, buddy. Calm the fuck down. I swear, like, nothing can make me drop a series harder than a protagonist that just actively pisses me off.
I think that's anyone, though, man.
I don't know. Some of those are disturbingly popular.
Like?
I can never remember the names of these fucking series.
Okay. Well, I can't draw any parallels, so whatever. Your line, I believe.
Yeah. Bruce didn't care about treatments. He cared about pain. And he cared about that voice. Because when he heard that voice, the pain went away. Just for a few seconds, like.
Report to me if there is any change, the man's voice said.
Yes, Dr. Nance, said the sexy voice.
Door closed, and Bruce heard breathing, and smelled the enticing smell of shampoo and perfume. It was Chanel number 5.
He opened his eyes.
All he saw was the roundest, firmest pair of titties he'd ever seen in his life. Hey!
That's not what that
All
says.
close
That
in the
says
crisp
tittles.
white Sneerish uniform. Damn.
It says tittles.
Yep.
It says tittles.
It's the firmest pair of tittles he ever seen in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, those dots on dice. Nice.
It's just the... Okay. How
That's
did this
what
get a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads?
Because it's absolutely hilarious.
Okay, then.
All right. I'm in heaven, he said. No, he tried to say, but his voice wouldn't work. His mouth was dry, and there was some terrible tube in his nose. Hey, what's this thing in his dick? It hurts.
Probably a catheter.
Probably.
The tits bounced like Aunt Alice's molded jello back at home, and then moved away. Oh, she was just straightening the covers on the bed.
Bed.
Yep,
Bed.
that's his line.
Bed.
Yes, that's totally how that thought process was supposed to go down. Like, wait, bed. No, bed.
Bad,
She's just moving the covers on my bed. Huh.
Wait, bed?
No. Wait, bed. Just bed.
Bed.
Bed. Bed. Bruce realized he laid in a bed, his left arm being strapped down. Bed. With something
Covers
sticking
on the bed. Huh. Bed. Oh, I'm in a bed. I've been just staring at these tittles too long, man.
There's just this set of dice in front of me. Something sticking up, with something sticking in up a tube on top of his hand.
Would this constitute as another paragraph?
I think so.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure.
Bruce looked up. The tits belonged to a beautiful face carved out of ice and whipped cream with a pair of glowing emerald eyes. Around that perfect face was brown hair like one of those supermodels, all puffed up.
That's not a weird description.
That's a creepy description, but okay.
Ice and cream statue.
I kind of want to give this lady the creepy stalker voice that I was using, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, that weird voice where she sounded like she wanted to fuck everything she was talking about.
Oh, you're awake, Mr. Lucent, said the sexy nurse.
Bruce worked his lips, but couldn't speak. Well, Mr. Lucent, the sexy voice went on, you're probably wondering what you're doing here, honey Chile. What the fuck?
That's supposed to be honey chow.
Honey child. Okay, whatever. Should I give her a soft southern accent?
It's a Georgian accent specifically.
Yep, he realized the voice had the accent of a sexy southern peach. You were in an auto accident, Mr. Lucent, but don't worry. You'll be just fine. This here is the finest hospital in Atlanta, and you are in the care of the finest doctor, Dr. Arthur Eastman.
Bruce tried to speak, but he just moaned, probably because of the titties.
I don't know why, but with like how the accent was being done there, my immediate thought was whenever you see Scottish people on social media and they type with the accent. They do that.
I think it's dialect typing is what it's called. But
It's
whatever.
phonetic typing. All right. Now, is there anything I can get you? Nurse Eastman asked, moving around to the other side of the bed and fluffing the pillows.
Bruce wanted to feel those titties. That was what he wanted. Not that he could do much else, he realized. Everything hurt, right down to that thing, whatever it was in his dick. I'm telling you, man, it's a decatheter.
Also, I heard you die inside when you said titties.
No, it was just like okay, this is an inconsistency already because they said tittles earlier, now they're saying titties, so yeah.
It was just the first time, and that was...
I don't know what to say. Titties. Sorry.
Oh god, he really is turning into a shit-tier anime protagonist. The only way he could get more shit tier is if he was the guy from School Days.
I don't know what that is.
Good.
I don't think I want to.
Good. Nurse Eastman's eyes lit up like Christmas tree lights. Now you're talking. Oh, she gave a girlish giggle. You're doing just fine. I had to tell Dr. Eastman right away.
Wait, he grated.
She paused, giggling again. A frightened giggle now. A childish giggle. As though a little girl on Halloween, going door to door, instead of seeking a paper mache, witch or goblin, suddenly was grabbed by a... As though a little girl on Halloween, going to door, instead of seeing a paper mache, witch or goblin, suddenly was grabbed by the real thing.
I thought I was the dyslexic one. I don't remember, Bruce croaked. I don't remember.
No, she said, shaking her head vehemently. You don't remember a thing. Now you just rest.
She went to the door, her hips swaying like the palm trees in a Hawaiian hurricane. God damn.
That sounds horrific.
It does sound horrific. Is she
Her
possessed?
ass is like literally jiggling so hard.
No,
On her way out.
No. She's an android, and like buggy like wiring is making her legs go crazy.
As she's walking, the sachet of her hips is literally breaking her spine.
If she has a spine.
Was that considered a paragraph? Should I continue? Or...
No, that was a paragraph.
That was a paragraph. Bruce lied there in bed, trying to recover his memory. All he could remember was the screeching of tires, like a steam engine gone crazy. And then there was all that pain. Hell. Hell on wheels. That's what it was. Yeses.
Hell. On wheels.
That's a really good show.
Honestly, I'm really glad that we are doing it the way we are, because that was fucking hilarious to hear.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hell on wheels.
Hell's bells.
Oh, God. While outside the door, Nurse Eastman leaned against the wall, her breast rising and falling with passion, as she tried to control her gasps. Oh no, she thought. How could it be? Out of all the hospitals in Georgia, they would bring him here.
Shit.
You know, the way she's being described, Zane, your creepy stalker voice might not be far from the mark. Just saying. She raised shaking fingers and outlined the shape of her lips, moaning softly as she remembered the one day she'd met Bruce Lucent. The single day at the high school prom.
Oh gosh, she is a stalker.
She'd gone with her cousin to please their parents, since his date got sick and he had rented his tux and everything, even though she was in nursing college.
Wait, so she was a college kid at like a high school prom?
That's not weird.
Is she like a MILF?
I don't think she's quite old. Well, actually, I don't know how old she is.
Well, if she's like in her 30s, I think that could such. So, it's possible.
Is she having the hots for a high school kid?
Not when she was in her 30s.
No, she was probably a young college student.
It said she was in
got
nursing
invited.
school. Or nursing college.
Yeah, not nursing school.
You know, the thing that nobody calls it.
Enchantment Under the Sea, it was called. She could remember it as if it was yesterday. Their eye met across the room, locked, held molding passionately. Okay, just a single eye then, not their eyes, just like...
One eye. melting.
It was a gaze of molten heat, a supernova of total lust, even though he was only 17 and she was 23. Yep, there you go. There's her age.
6 years. She wants that young blood.
Oh God, yep, that's statutory.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Gets
Let's
the law,
see.
my good friend.
Age of consent
In
in
Georgia,
Texas is 17.
not Texas,
So,
Georgia. Georgia.
Let's
is
see.
Georgia.
It's 18 in Georgia.
16.
Oh,
It's even lower than here.
I'm not
Oh
gonna.
boy.
I'm still not gonna do it. I'm not. Nope. I'm still not okay.
Too bad. This podcast got to keep going. It was only a matter of time before she ditched her cousin and Bruce ditched his date, and they found themselves in the back of Bruce's shed. Oh dear Lord, no!
Not a Chevy. They should have used a Ford.
The madness.
What on earth is going to happen in order that you would need a single frame instead of a split frame? What is going to be happening in the back of that car in which you need a single frame? I mean, I've heard of breaking the bed, but breaking the car?
I mean, it's possible. It is a Chevy.
She moaned, writhing in memory, until a voice splintered, shattered, pierced her memory. Nurse Eastman!
It was the head nurse. Her warty nose quivered, her eyes blazed with suspicion. The old bag. She wouldn't know what true love really was.
Meanwhile,
I'm not sure you know what true love really is either.
meanwhile, the old nurse is just like, God damn it, stop masturbating in the hall again. I'm sorry. Margaret Eastman smiled. I just had a cramp. Yeah, sure you did. A cramp between your legs.
You needed to massage. I mean, I know menstrual cramps and all that stuff, but I don't think it's direct. I'm pretty sure that's not where that directly where that happens. I'm pretty sure it's more the gut region. If you're sick, you must be excused from your. You may be excused from your shift. The head nurse opined.
Oh,
That's actually
God.
a really considerate thing to do, though.
Yeah, it really is.
She's treating the head nurse like she's like a bitch, but this old lady's been nice so far.
Just told her to stop
so far.
masturbating in the hallway.
Yeah.
I will be fine, but I promised Dr. Nance I would let him know when his patient woke up. Margaret gritted and ran away before the head nurse could stop her, her high heels clattering on the floor like the death knells of doom.
Why would you wear high heels?
Doom.
Why would you wear high
heels as a
heels?
nurse?
Yeah, why would you wear high heels during doing hospital work?
You wouldn't. I'm assuming this is just someone's nurse fetish kind of showing through in their writing. Either that or it's just a parody. I
was about to say, or the parody of someone's nurse fetish.
Yeah.
After
But
all,
still,
this is supposed to be a parody of one of those spicy dramas.
Maybe she's just really short, so she uses the high heels to.
Turns out she's 4'8".
Yeah, she's just really small and short, so she needs it to get up to the stuff.
She's a midget.
She's like trying to like look over even like the side of the bed, but she can't without the heels on.
So she's a stacked midget. Which I think is a description we used for a character in an anime we were riffing at one point.
Oh boy.
What was it?
Do you remember which anime it was though?
No, I could have swore you were there for part of it.
Well, yeah, but I have.
It was the one
Was
where
I
it was,
there?
It was the saliva one.
The saliva one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was not there for this. I would remember something
X,
this horrific.
I think. Mystery X. Mysterious Girl X, I think it was.
Oh, all right.
That one, in which
That's
we called
ringing a
that
bell.
one Mysterious Heroine X. Oh, that's not it.
Yes, it
Girlfriend.
is actually. I think.
Mysterious Girlfriend X.
Yes, mysterious girlfriend. Yes.
In which we called that one friend a pervy stacked midget.
Eh.
Dr. Arthur.
Okay. I've seen Mysterious Girlfriend X at Barnes & Noble before. Is it a decent read or is it stupid?
It's an experience.
It's interesting.
I'm not hearing a no, but then again...
It's not the kind of thing that made me immediately want to kill any of the characters.
But then again, you did say Chirpy was a wonderful film.
Well, it is.
I guess I'll have to take a leap of faith, and I don't know. It was something
wholesome but weird.
I'm not entirely sure wholesome's quite right.
No, mate, it's totally wholesome.
So is it like that picture of Hitler giving whipped cream to Kirby? That sort of wholesome but weird?
Wholesome and...
A bit of a different kind of weird, but I guess so.
Yeah, no. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that picture today for some reason. I don't remember what it was, but it just made me have the biggest smile on my face.
Okay, anyway.
Where were we? Dr. Arthur Nance looked up when the nurse entered his room, and he's just like, God damn, those titties.
Damn it. Arthur had always been the brightest star at school from a very early age. He was always elected class president in grammar school, middle school, and high school. He was class valedictorian at his graduation. And when a lot of his friends went to mechanic school or junior college to mess around with business, he went straight to the university medical school.
But there Arthur ran far worse than tough teachers or tough grades. Prejudice. Yes, prejudice. Not race, but class. All the snobs from the wealthy families laughed at him for his accent, and when he tried to join the most popular fraternities on campus, they hazed him without letting him know until too late that he would never join.
Gamify!
Arthur got his medical degree, but became embittered against rich people, politicians, and anyone in authority. Wow, I can relate to that. Anyways, wherever he went, he was sure there was some conspiracy against him, but by those in authority.
Oh, he's a paranoid guy. Okay.
Yeah.
He was sure of it when he didn't get hired to any private hospitals or to a lucrative practice among the rich doing fat removal and facelifts for 20 grand a piece. No.
25 grand.
25 grand a piece. Whoops. No. He could only get a job in this hellhole where every night the ambulances brought in drunks and suicides and crazy homeless and the battered wrecks the EMTs scraped off the freeway.
Like this Lucent jerk.
Arthur was sitting there brooding about all these ills when Nurse Eamon came into
the doctor room.
It's still a room, just with doctors in it. Shut up.
You dropped out for me on that last part of the sentence.
Well, you finished it. Nurse Eamon came into the doctor room. There, you happy?
Yes.
When Nurse Eastman came. Wait, what?
Ooh.
No.
That's what I heard.
This is not my immortal. Let's not get onto that
space. What I heard. He cut out when he said came.
Yeah, I heard that too, honestly, but I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, I was concerned about the fact that the end of the sentence wasn't heard.
Okay, yeah, no.
Is my patient awake? He asked.
Yes, she said, and then she wiped her eyes and throatily whispered, Doctor, I have a request that you excuse me from attending to this patient.
Request denied, Dr. Nance said curtly. I will not have one of those braided spies who work for the hospital killing my patient. What? I'll go seize he now. He stormed and stormed out of the room.
This is like the best kind of terrible. I love it.
Which is weird because it's intentional.
Yes, no. That's why I love it, because I know it's intentional.
Intentional terrible though is typically like god awful, like not enjoyable. Like, yeah, well. Think about the Sharknado sequels. Those are intentionally terrible. Sharknado.
Oh, Sharknado. Okay.
The sequels to that are intentionally terrible and are impossible to enjoy as a result.
I want to see the first one. Don't know about the other ones.
First one's kind of funny. Margaret leaned against the wall and wept a sorrowing flood-like of tears.
She knew Bruce would emerge from the fog of the painkillers and he would recognize her. What if he told someone about that night at the prom?
How long ago was that? Who cares? She's like, she's just like, struck on pills. Hey, you got the big titties I fucked.
Pretty sure no one lost their job over a one-night stand.
Well, they probably wouldn't be allowed to work on the patient if they ever slept with them because of the fact that might cause some conflicts of interest.
Yeah.
But other than
just
that,
imagine if they're going at it at night and then like he's like still plugged into the IV, so rate super increases a lot, and then the nurses freak out and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, this is a man done."
Okay, Zane.
It actually happens.
Zane, let's keep your fetishes out of this, please.
Here's the thing, though. That you can like if you're ever hooked up to the machinery, because this is a thing that actually has happened. Like people like hooked up to the machinery, like checking on their heart rate monitors and that shit. And it's the middle of the night, and they're like, "All right, I'll rub one out." But because of the effect that has on your heart rate, the nurses just have this alert that, "Oh shit, this person's heart rate is skyrocketing." And so
at least she'll have something pretty to look at.
And they burst into the room and find this kid masturbating. It's like, oh shit. That is a factual thing that happens.
Yeah, that would be a very awkward situation indeed.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Zane.
All right, all her life, I believe.
Huh?
Your go.
No, it's Llytic's turn.
No, it's his go because you read the last line.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I?
But you didn't. Tom did. Tom read, "What if he told someone about that night at the prom?" And then you jumped in with, "Who the fuck cares?"
I said that simultaneously, just saying. Okay, yeah, it is Zane's turn. Sorry, I lost track.
Zane's turn.
What? All her life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All her life, Margaret had worked harder than anyone else, just like whenever she sees a man's boner from huge tits. Her sisters, all of them far more beautiful than she, had coasted through life like a toboggan down the snow hill of life. But Margaret had a vision at an early age, and she knew what she was meant to be a nurse. Her mother had scorned her. Her father had laughed at her. Their nursing school by waiting tables at a low dive night, and probably just got huge tips because of titties. 5 long years she toiled with never a day off, not even at Christmas. Oh, so this is going to turn to like a Christmas story. Just so she could walk out with her head held high and her degree in her hand.
Just once she had strayed from the path of hard work. Just once she'd let herself relax, do her cousin Ted a favor, go as his date to the prom. And then fuck a teenager.
Well, hey, who's this girl you know? She's my cousin.
I actually
my sister and my wife.
Weird thing. I actually have a couple of cousins who went to the prom together, not like a romantic way, just kind of hanging out because we've been like friends since where they've been friends since childhood. It was still really weird, like the pictures they had. So yeah.
Cletus, get your hand off my ass.
Well, she'd learned her lesson, she thought. She never thought she'd see Bruce Lucent again, but now, here, the cruelty of fates laughed at her, like her family. Bruce Lucent was here, helpless in her hospital, and it was only a matter of time before he remembered who she was. And what would he do then? Probably not care.
She wept even harder.
You in the back of my Chevy.
What if he doesn't like even recognize her face? He's just like, damn, titties. Pair of titties.
Like the entire time, not looking her in the face, just looking directly at her tits. I've known people like that.
In case anyone hasn't noticed, I'm more of a Ford guy than a Chevy guy, so yeah.
I thought you were gonna say I'm more of an ass man than a tits guy. Than a tits.
Really depends what mood I'm in for that.
Anyway, Zane's turn.
Whose
She
turn?
wept even hard. Zane,
I
Okay.
just read she wept even harder already, right?
did you?
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think so too.
I think
Oh,
we have enough
cool.
time for the second chapter.
Oh, cool. All right, let's get to
Alright
it.
then. Let's go!
Chapter 2. The Atlanta sun slanted low in the west, rain showers predicted for later that afternoon in the clearing. Bruce Lucent looked from the side window of his friend's shiny Maserati sports car as they wheeled their way westward against the afternoon traffic.
I'm glad you could give me a ride, Bruce Lucent muttered, his pain-worn face reddened by the yellow sunlight. With my new car all smashed and all.
And all.
His old friend, Isadore, shook his massive head at him. We knew how it must be to have a lot of money but no working car, he said, the harsh Macon country drawl of his voice softened by his years in Atlanta high society. It's my pleasure to bring you back to your fancy apartment, and we're also happy that y'all's still alive. There could have been killed in that dreadful wreck. Isadore paused to put on the turn signal before making a safe turn across rush hour traffic into the parking lot of Bruce Lucent's luxury apartment building.
Well, at least they're employing traffic
the new
safety.
car on Monday.
Also, you all for one person.
Y'all will get some new car.
Y'all gets a new car. He's addressing one person as y'all.
Well, I mean,
Y'all.
I've done that
Pretty sure
all
I've
one
done
of
that
ya.
before.
I've never said that to less than two people.
I've said one person before, and I do
Because it's
so a
a
lot of
plural.
the time, just because.
It's a plural.
Yeah, that's also gender neutral.
Y'all, all one of ya. I don't know I don't know how I'll be able to drive with my arm in a cast. Bruce Lucent shoots
With
back.
your other arm?
It's lucky I wasn't killed outright like so many people are when they have horrid automobile wrecks.
Fortunately, fast and efficient emergency medical services based on a program founded by Lyndon Baines Johnson, the 36th president of the United States, helped y'all survive another one. Deadly crash. Isidore chuckled. He nodded his head toward the towering
This
apartment
message brought
building.
to you by President Lyndon Baines Johnson.
I didn't know the story was that old. They had fan fiction writers back then?
They've
During
had fan
LBJ's
fiction
president-
since literature's begun, probably.
Lyndon B.
I can just
Johnson.
picture.
Lyndon B. Johnson was one of the biggest perverts that the U.S. has ever had as a president.
That's why everyone hated him, right?
He was known for just having his dick out, like, all the time. He'd hold meetings in the bathroom while he was taking a piss. He referred to it as jumbo and would actually have his constituents actually comment on his penis. And there is a story about one time.
Well, I mean,
basically
he's the president of the United States.
there is a story about one time when he allegedly used one of the office workers the same way one would use a house plant when they're drunk off their tits and busting for a piss
Well, I mean, he probably just really hated the office worker.
during a meeting.
God, I hate him now, but that's just hilarious, though. Just kind of everything. Like in a bad way, anyway. He nodded his head toward the towering apartment in the very shadow of Peachtree Avenue, where Bruce lived his luxurious life. So young yet so wealthy, based on his skills as an expert software developer.
Her.
So, this is a new development.
Quite literally, in software.
God damn it.
Don't feel very fortunate. Bruce complained as his friend helped him from the low-slung red car. I heard all over, and I don't remember a thing after I left that bar over on Martin Avenue. I wouldn't be surprised if the police didn't want to talk to me about what happened. Not that I could help them because I don't remember anything, he added as an afterthought.
I thought it was my turn.
It was Zane's turn.
It is. Fuck.
I'll just read the next two, right?
All right.
With that.
That works.
Because it's like literally a big one and then just a small one, so.
Yeah.
Isadore pulled the collapsible chair that he bought at St. Aaron's Hospital, the open trunk of his new Mercedes, and folded it on the curve of the side where Bruce painfully stood, his recent ordeal only recently over. Oh shit. He helped his chum sit in the new wheelchair and then pushed it rapidly toward the gleaming doors of the high-rise tower. "Open the doors yourself, bitch," he said as he let go and tossed him at the door. He went through the glass. The soft
It's
southern
gonna turn into the amazing Mr. No Legs. He's gonna weld shotguns onto the armrests.
Oh boy. The soft
If I ever
southern
go cripple, I'm gonna do that.
Can I go now?
Yes.
Yeah.
The soft southern breeze blew through the sweet scent of magnolias. Oh, certainly. Never saw you that, he replied.
Never say what you cut out.
Yeah.
What?
You cut out. Soft southern breeze. Do it again.
God fucking damn it. The soft southern breeze blew through the scent of magnolias over them, and he said, "This is certainly something new for me." Never say that, he replied.
Please.
All right, Llytic, your
Did it
turn.
work?
He had a reverse English moment. Please.
Please, what?
He said "bleeze" instead of "breeze."
Oh,
Yep.
the breeze.
The breeze is so wonderful.
A soft southern breeze.
Buy our new Febreze scent. Bleeze. Febreze. Febreze.
Isidore shook his head, his red ponytail flipping in the soft breeze, as he wheeled his best friend into the lobby, past the uniformed security guard named Amos, who saluted them, and then into the elevator to the 14th floor of the luxury high-rise apartment building recently built in downtown Atlanta.
The longtime security guard saluted the pair as they passed. What lucky people, he thought. So young and rich. They can afford to live here. Not like me. I have to live across town and wear a uniform and salute the young rich kids who make more money in a minute than I can make in my whole life.
You feeling okay
Fuck the
there?
rich people.
Jesus, this is like some existential shit.
You okay there, dude?
Alright,
I
from
am
now on,
chronically depressed.
every
Okay
time
there,
we speak
Ramos.
as the guards in this story, we have to make them depressed. And like super like bulk like insults about how rich these people are.
Only Amos, though. Only Amos.
Amos.
Bruce thought that the dark elevator walls were closing in on him, and despite the chill in the air-conditioned air, he could still smell the flower smells from it. The upward elevator started slowly into motion as if it was reluctance.
Yep.
It was
Climb
reluctance.
the motion as was with I don't know how to speak English good. Into the motion as if it was reluctance to climb the hundreds of feet.
We need
Hurry
to have
up!
Delu.
Bruce cried aloud.
Do we need to have Delu Cat give you English lessons?
Who's that? Oh,
Writer
wait,
of the
now I remember now.
You know, the person from Taiwan.
Probably.
Need to have her
Oh.
give you English lessons.
Chinglish.
God damn it! I know that you're
Chinglish. Taiwanese
referencing.
English.
I know that you're referencing Black Lagoon, but still.
Miss Chinglish is one of my favorite characters in Black Lagoon.
If it weren't for the fact that you were referencing Black Lagoon, that would just be very racist.
I mean, have you been to Walmart?
Jesus Christ.
I only see old white dudes at Walmart.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much
English,
only
Chinglish,
exclusively-
just about everything. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist to the people. It's just that's really how you can describe their English. It's kind of an
just-
endearing thing for
it's
me,
just
honestly.
English with an accent.
Yeah, I know. Just like Scottish is like, I guess it's Scottish rather than anything else. But like, I don't know.
The point is that Tom is racist.
Only a little bit, but everyone is.
Oh damn! Don't make me start singing that Avenue.
That's what I'm referencing.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometime.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't mean to be, and I do not mean this in like a malicious way, like at all. So, just want to get that off the table and apologize real quick.
The internet is really, really great for porn. I have a fast connection, so I don't have to wait for
porn.
Okay.
Always
Okay.
some new sci-fi.
Bruce
Sorry.
Pound. Honestly,
Uh,
now I'm just remembering now the parody we did of that. That was just the planet Earth. Which that was in reference to what was it, Nyarko-san? The one in which
I don't know.
the one in which the main girl in it is literally Narlathep.
Oh yeah, you were talking. I don't remember what it's called, but
Yeah,
I know what you're talking.
Planet Earth is really, really great for porn. Bruce pounded on the arm of his recently acquired wheelchair as his friend asked, "Bruce, what's the matter? Is y'all so impatient to get home that the elevator is too slow for you? Imagine if y'all had to take the emergency stairs in your condition. Stairs as in staring at people." He
Mhm.
chuckled.
He chuckled because he made a pun. Okay. Sorry, I had lost my place there for a sec. Bruce glared at his friend who stood behind him in the wheelchair as the elevator hissed to a halt on the 14th floor. The dark panel doors sliding open with the sound of well-oiled machinery. And then he was pushed by his friend out into the hall and then down to the door labeled 1414 on his apartment door.
The fact that it just keeps reiterating everything in this chapter.
Eh.
They pressed the button for the 14th floor. They got in the elevator and went to the 14th floor. They got out of the elevator on the 14th floor.
It was also black.
Dore is behind
Wow,
Bruce.
all right.
Throw back to my immortal. Come on, guys.
Oh, boy.
I'm as racist.
It's my turn. Bruce searched,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Bruce searched.
Bruce searched his pockets for the key that he knew he didn't. Damn it, he said, and then, they kept everything, even my wallet at the hospital. How am I going to get it? He says he turned to his black friend. Break in.
What the fuck?
I don't think his friend was black, just saying.
His friend is a
Oh,
redhead.
damn.
He's a Dore, he's a redhead.
Yeah.
He's a
what the
black
shit?
redhead. He's a black redhead.
Also,
I
what the
don't
shit?
know if that's genetically possible.
Is the joke supposed to be that you're being racist or that Bruce is being racist?
Eh,
I'm really concerned.
it could go either way.
I'm looking up black redheads now.
I mean, I'm sure there's hair dye, but like, I don't think
dyed
I don't-
hair.
Yeah, I don't think red can appear in like the African genetic code. I think that's a European thing exclusively.
Kind of like
I
how
think-
like all calicos are girls or pretty much or whatever.
Something like that, except a little bit
Uh,
different.
Possibly Little Uzi Vert, I think, dyed his hair red. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that's dyed also.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Maybe.
think, was it Little Uzi Vert that his whole thing was that he had like the beads in his hair, as well as the fact that it was like beaded dreads, as well as the fact that they were like dyed red, I think.
I
Is he one
don't.
of the
Right
rappers that died recently? 'Cause I
Oh,
knew
he's not one of
them
the ones that died recently, I don't think. I think you're thinking Little Pump.
Hmm.
Okay, the song that I'm remembering from was Broccoli. Little Yachty. I'm thinking Little Yachty, not Little Uzi Vert. Whoops. So yeah, Little Yachty's a. Damn it.
Okay, but why though?
Because it's one of the few good things to come out of a certain magical index.
No, I'm. Are we talking about the GIF here? Because that's what I'm talking
the
about.
gif of the anime girl on a robotic trash can spinning in circles.
Okay then.
A certain magical
Right.
index
Whose
is
line?
not very good, but I am glad that thing is in there. That image is in there.
Okay. Whose line was it?
Fine.
Whose line was it anyway?
It's a fun show.
Yes. Isadore knocked at the door once at the door, and then it swung open. The stunning vision inside, an echo of pulchritude in a bright red dress, seemed to take their breath away. It was Penelope Urbane, Bruce Lucent's longtime and very beautiful girlfriends.
Oh
She's
boy,
more than
hive
one
mind.
person?
Hive mind alert.
She suffers from not IED. Whoops. DID. Dissociative identity disorder. It's like Split.
Okay, we'll go with
Only
that.
it's one person being dated. He just has multiple identities. Penelope, who had walked in the door of Lucent Software asking for a job, and a good thing is being that she did because he had one for her, a position, so to speak, that only a beautiful woman could fulfill, and she filled the role perfectly as the beautiful girlfriend for those social occasions when he needed to appear on the front page of the newspaper with a beautiful woman on his arm. I think that might be an abuse of power. I think that might be an abuse of power.
A little bit.
Everyone looked and thought he was lucky, but it wasn't just luck. It was planning that he fell in love with this beautiful woman and her with him. He gave her his glance and she gave him hers.
I like how they put like their first and last name more so than necessary in this. It's just interesting.
You just don't get it because you're just not a random rich person.
Fuck, I found another one of the pieces of glass in the carpet.
What happened?
Last time, whenever I went to, like, turn off the light in here, it also ended up, like, causing the light cover to drop.
Oh, that's...
So,
okay.
literally, it was, light turns off, I hear something shatter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't feel it.
I don't know, I just ended up accidentally picking it up between my toes.
Don't cut yourself.
I'll try not to. My
Alright.
feet are mostly callous right now.
Yeah, it is summer, so yeah. Okay. Bruce looked at her and whistled, thanking whatever god was listening that the auto accident that he had apparently been in had spared his family jewels, for he wasn't one to to pasture his rampant desire for his stunning young woman, at least not yet. He snapped his fingers and snarled, "Take me inside, Isidore, or you're fired from my software." I am hating this main character like so much. I mean, is that the point?
It's a
Take me inside or you're fired. Bitch,
Or is
roll
this-
yourself. Bye. He just rolls him down the stairs.
It's Apophis for
Or is
sparing
this-
my dick.
Or is this like? Is this like the freaking? Is this just someone's hate boner for rich people that's coming out in their writing, or is it just intended this way?
It's
Or
supposed to be a
I
parody
guess
of
what
people from those. It's supposed to be like a parody of people from those drama novels always being terrible fucking people.
well, I haven't read any of those
Every
novels.
chapter
And it's
index was
basically a parody of that weird novel that your grandma keeps on her nightstand.
My grandmother read the Bible.
This is a Bible parody. Confirmed. Bruce is now the Christ.
She yearned for her former lovers whose genitals were like those of donkeys and emissions like those of horses. There we go.
Oh, okay, yeah. now I
Actual
know.
verse.
It's probably from Song of Solomon, right?
I don't think it's Psalms. I don't remember. It was because right before that, it was talking about this woman fucking in Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Perfect
Something
thing
like-
to use whenever someone decides to start using out of context Bible quotes to make a point. You shouldn't wear this because of Deuteronomy, whatever. Well,
let me fight fire with fire here.
horse dick.
And this is why people look down on Christians. It's because a lot of hypocrisy that we tend to have, and just other things, and it annoys me. Anyway, I can get into a rant later. Whose line is it?
It's mine.
Yeah.
Something like anger stirred in Isidore's chest. Breast. Shit. Yet Isidore laughed at Bruce's favorite joke as he pushed the millionaire software developer indoctrinated by new agers into the stunning studio apartment that he had rented in this exclusive high-rise tower.
And then out the
The
window.
walls were white as was the carpet. The walls met the ceiling at the right angles where glistening mirrors and gold frames studded those walls.
I just hate it whenever the walls don't meet the ceilings at right angles. I mean, granted,
I could go for
sometimes
it.
they don't, but in an apartment building...
I could go for a good obtuse angle ceiling and wall combination every now and then, even in an apartment, as long as it's designed well.
You know what I prefer? An acute angle ceiling.
How the hell's that work?
Well, you see, as you go further into the room, the ceiling gets lower.
Okay, there we go. Now I get it.
It's like a foot tall in the center.
All right.
Penelope Urban had been a poor girl, she knew. Though she pretended to have grown up rich and happy in the suburbs of Atlanta, it was a lie. Now she looked into one of the many mirrors that studded the walls of her boyfriend Bruce's apartment and liked what she saw. 2 hazel eyes with perky eyebrows, red like the hair of her head in other places. Well, if her eyebrows were also red, then you wouldn't really need to specify that those other hairs are red, being as a person's pubic hair is the same color as their eyebrows. Have fun looking anyone you know in the face from now on.
Well, I guess that would answer if the curtain matches the drapes question.
Only if the curtain matches the curtain racks. Shutters.
There we go.
If the curtain matches the shutters, then yes.
All right.
Met her smoky gaze in the mirror. She smoothed the hair back from her elfin ears.
Pointed ears. That's just weird.
Sexy. Making it tumble down her back past her shoulders. Broad, but not too broad. Broad enough to support the luxurious breasts that filled the front of her scarlet sundress. Glowing in the afternoon sun. The hot Georgia orb of fire. So that's what the sun is. I always thought it was that thing that kind of looked like it was made out of cheese. It came through the window. As she admired her trim shape and flat tummy in the window. She looked, thought.
Mirror.
Oh, mirror. Whoops.
In the window.
There's this person outside the window that looks exactly like me.
Oh, that's just my twin. I keep her there for reference.
On the balcony that looks exactly like the room we're in. Wait. She looked, she thought, like the bad girl heroine of a tawdry romance novel. Funny you should say that.
Isn't this a parody?
Yes.
Anyway, let's see. The expensive shoes she wore, high heels that matched her tight dress and set off her red hair, were delicately shaped by the stiletto heels and sharp toes. The lift they gave curving her
fire?
Yeah, probably. The lift they gave curving her creamy calves and making her rounded bottom move like a semaphore of love as she walked past the framed mirror that she had been looking in. Her hazel eyes sparkled as she took in the sight of her newly returned boyfriend in the wheelchair that marked him some disabled person.
Hey, nothing does the legs a favor like a nice pair of heels, man. I mean, you should see my legs in heels.
Yeah, well, to each their own. I'm not going to try that, but hey.
I mean, you thought my legs were unusually long before.
Okay. Yeah.
Coming from the guy that's half leg.
Right. Shall we continue?
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like a drinky?
God damn it.
Penelope offered her recently returned Bio as his friend pushed him in front of the widescreen that
It's pronounced
Power.
bow.
Yeah, start from widescreen TV. You cut out again.
Yeah.
fucking where?
Widescreen TV.
Widescreen TV?
Mhm.
Oh. Friend pushed him in front of the widescreen TV that dominate the without making
Oh my
powering.
god! It happened again.
That dominated the West Wall without making it seem overpowering. All right, your turn, Llytic.
Damn it, yes! Bruce Lucet repeated, looking at his vision of feminine lust on 2 feet.
Okay.
I'd be really concerned if it was his vision of feminine lust on 4 feet.
Well, I mean, I guess some guys have a thing for centaur girls or something. I don't know.
They do, and that really could. Yes,
Yeah, well.
not my kink.
Not mine either.
I've been in the lousy hospital, and they don't let you have a little drink there, he opined. Then
That's
I want
the second time they've used that.
It is an actual word.
I know it's an actual word, but I mean, add some variety.
As opposed to just saying said over and over? Oh.
Add,
I mean, I guess it's better than with My Inner Life, My Immortal, in which it was a different word each time.
yeah, true.
Until we reached the point where Snape ejaculated his line.
Oh, that was great.
Then I want to get to my new computer so I could check on my hot stock options and write more of my best-selling software development. Well, good to know that he's not conceited. I wasted too much time locked in that smelly hospital. It's full of sick people. I hate it when hospitals are full of sick.
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, that's the markings of a bad hospital right there.
When it's just full of sick people. It's full of sick people.
I would be raging if I didn't know this was intentional.
Honestly, even if it wasn't intentional, that would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious. I'd still be raging. I'd be raging and laughing at the same time, but...
Penelope and Isidore looked at each other as only two redheads can look at one another.
Okay, that's prejudice, I think. I don't know.
You've got a red beard. You know what this is like.
Well, yeah, but...
As two soulless beings looked at each other.
Okay, that's prejudice.
As two fucking gingers.
Funny thing, I was blonde when I was a kid. Now it's dark and my beard is red.
And to think, people get upset about the fact that Mario's beard and hair color don't match, despite the fact that's actually very common.
Yeah, it's very
Mario
common and
has a
perfectly
beard?
viable.
I mean, not beard,
viable.
his mustache. His mustache is brown, but his hair is black. Or no, reverse.
Reverse, his hair is kind of a red-brown, honestly.
Yeah, his hair's a red-brown and his mustache.
Well, he's Mario, so mushroom is kind of a decent, understandable slip.
Understandable euphemism for Mario Dick.
Only in that one Starbomb video. As far as I know.
Check out my yacht. As only two redheads can look at one another, as Bruce delivered himself of this comment.
And let me fix you something nice with expensive vodka and gin, Penelope giggled as she went to the kitchen to make ice cubes. When she was young... What?
Okay, she's apparently just making ice cubes on the spot.
Hey, I guess she has a superpower. When she was young, she had been called Penny, but now she was worth a lot more, she mused as she busied herself filled the west wall beside the large television set that Bruce had bought with the first proceeds of his award-winning mutual software. He often went on the modern internet to make his money.
Is there an ancient internet?
I would say dial-up.
I'm going to say AOL.
I still use AOL.
Oh, okay, that would explain a lot.
That would explain how shit your internet is.
What? No, not like AOL internet, just for my email.
You have an AOL email?
Yes. My parents started me out with like a KOL account, which is the kid AOL stuff.
All right,
and I just never bothered changing it, really.
You might not want to listen to some of this stuff we say in the 1999 reading, then.
Yeah, we were ragging on AOL pretty bad.
We were ragging on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It still was more on topic than the Bloody Painter one.
Oh, yeah. Alright, shit, fuck. Is it my turn?
When Isidore's gone.
Yeah.
Where?
When Isidore's
gone.
What the? Where the?
And when?
Isidore. Oh.
And when?
Gone?
Page 13.
Is that 13?
Page 13?
Mm-hmm.
That is 13.
What the fuck? I'm only on page
Top
like
of
6.
page 13, second paragraph. What are you doing?
Not
What do you
paying
mean?
attention, that's for sure.
And when Isadore's gone,
Okay.
Penelope speaking.
I'm still lost.
Okay, page 13, first paragraph at the top, after to make his money.
And when Isidore is gone, I can greet
Greet.
you properly. Penelope. Oh, fuck. And when Isidore is gone, I can greet you properly. Penelope whispered as she handed the old-fashioned to Bruce in his chrome wheelchair.
Would she hand him that movie? It's terrible.
I was
oh,
thinking
wait,
more
the
along the
drink.
lines they flipped old fashioned and Chrome, handed the Chrome to Bruce like a Chrome iPad or whatever, and his old fashioned wheelchair.
I ended up accidentally mixing it up. It said the drink, and I thought the terrible movie.
Oh,
She looked significantly at Bruce's tanned, lean frame as she handed him the crystal glass. Yeah, Bruce responded. What's he still doing here? He turned to his old friend and pointed out. Why don't you go park the car? My old car is crashed, you know.
Yes, Bruce. Isidore smirked as he turned, knowing what kind of scene of wild debauchery was about to be enacted in that very room. Ah, shit! They're gonna reenact the fisting scene from Caligula. It's gonna end with Penelope sticking a flower in Bruce's ass. Because he had known it for himself firsthand during the long week Bruce Lucent had been in the hospital.
fork laser.
Pork.
Uh,
I'll go park the car.
He went down the sleek elevator that had so shortly before ascended, wondering if Bruce was going to be the man he had been before losing consciousness in that horrible accident. Then the gleaming lobby doors were before him. He planned to take the Maserati out onto Peachtree Avenue in search of an empty parking place, as upstairs a miracle of love was performed by Penelope and Bruce, young lovers at the very height of their beauty, wealth, power, desire.
Going down. Isidore Trent chuckled as he pressed the down button and laughed at his own joke like a pathetic weeb. What does
that have to do with a concerning addiction to anime?
You think people... Never mind. I was going to go with a really berated joke, but that would have affected me too, so let's not get into getting stuff real quick. Had he known about what was to come, he would have been laughing out of the other side of his mouth.
I'm assuming she's going to murder him.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Well, too bad. It's the end of the chapter.
Well,
So the question is, do we want to try and fit in the third chapter, or are we going to leave it here for now?
I mean, it's been about an hour, right?
About, possibly
Chapter
less.
3 seems kind of long.
Well, let's see. Chapter 3 is... Chapter 3 is a little bit longer than the other ones are. I think we should probably just end it here tonight.
All right.
Alrighty. Well then,
Okay.
let's sign off, gentlemen.
One other thing that I am going to mention, if you take all of the characters' names, reduce them down to the initials, and arrange those initials in a certain way, it spells out Publish America as a vanity press.
No.
Yep.
That's
No.
Yep.
Lying.
Nope, I'm telling the truth. And with that, I'm Llytic.
great. I'm Tom.
And I'm a vanity press.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.